Good evening. We will call the meeting to order. It's Tuesday, May 6, 2025. Welcome to the interim board meeting of the School District of Springfield Township. As welcome, I want to acknowledge it is National Teacher Appreciation Day, and on behalf of the board, I just want to say a heartfelt thank you to all of our teachers, administrators, and staff. And I know we're celebrating all week to really demonstrate from our administration to our teachers what an impact, and our staff what an impact they are having on our students and districts. So thank you everyone for the incredibly important work that you continue to do. And on behalf of the board, we truly appreciate you. With that, let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mission of the School District of Springfield Township is to educate and develop all students as learners and citizens who are high achieving, resilient, and responsible in a changing global community. Let's go ahead and do a roll call. Ms. Green.
Dr. Apperly.
Here.
Mrs. Bell.
Here.
Mr. DeFranco.
Here.
Mrs. Hubley.
Here.
Mrs. Hughes. Mr. Jordan.
Here.
Dr. Taratuski.
Here.
Mr. Needleman.
Here.
Mr. Bedard.
Here. Just one announcement this evening. The board at its discretion may videotape all or any portion of public board meetings subject to the limitations set forth in policy 006 meetings. Board meetings will be broadcast on Friday afternoon following each board meeting. We have some reports and information this evening. We'll start with Academic Affairs Committee report, and Dr. Abley will present.
Thank you, Mr. Bedard. I will go through the minutes of the Academic Affairs Committee meeting. The meeting was held on April 23rd, 2025, and it was over Zoom at 4 p.m. Committee members in attendance were myself, Dr. Abley, Mrs. Bell, Dr. Taratuski, Dr. Yannicone, Dr. Johnson, with student representative Anya Gainsman, Isaac Darger. Additional panelists that joined the meeting were Dr. Amy Mangano, Mrs. Kieran Brady, Mr. Jason Payne, and Mrs. Sarah Noche. First agenda item was the programme proposal for the middle school curriculum guide for the 2025-2026 school year, with a focus on increasing student choice, clarity of schedule, and alignment with the high school curriculum. Dr. Mangano, Mrs. Brady, and Mr. Payne gave an update and overview of the 2025-26 middle school curriculum. They shared their vision, values, and goals in seeking to ensure all families and students have the information they need about the middle school. This included belief statements to guide the community and experience they want for students, faculty, staff, and families, as well as the programme enhancements. These considered reframing of advisory, MTSS, which is multi-tiered system of support, and adding dedicated WIN, also known as what I need periods. In the updated curriculum guide, there is more information on athletics and extracurricular options available, including the Growing Strings programme and addition of the National Junior Honour Society. Other updates included final recommendations on mathematics sequencing, updates on the new special area offerings, and scheduling, including the move to a semester-based model and alternating day 1, day 2 cycle instead of year-long and/or marking period specials provided on a 6-day cycle. The middle school team will be sharing this guide at the upcoming transition events for current 5th grade students and families, and the middle school team is continuing to work throughout the coming year to create an updated comprehensive student schedule that allows for teaming, daily instruction in social studies and science, and additional special area course offerings. Secondly, curriculum review progress updates for the 24-25 school year were shared by Mrs. Noche, with a focus in this meeting on STEM, also known as science, technology, engineering, and math. For the K-8 grades, alignment to the Pennsylvania Department of Education STEEL standards were presented. For those that don't know all the acronyms, there was a lot in this meeting. STEELS is Science, Technology, Engineering, and Environmental Sustainability Standards. The committee agreed that the areas of focus were flexible enough to provide growth as technology continues to evolve, while giving students what they need to navigate the future workplace. Next on the agenda was high school personal finance and business planning. Since the Pennsylvania Department of Education requires a half-credit course in personal finance, the administration are exploring options for this to be taken by juniors to meet graduation requirements, and we include business math and algebra, personal finance, and economics course expansion. Additional details were provided in an upcoming presentation to Academic Affairs. The next update was for computer science with a focus on creating offerings for dual enrollment, and we will have a presentation at the May or August Academic Affairs meeting on next steps. Lastly, Dr. Johnson provided an overview of the spring testing happening in our schools, and there is a lot. These tests are not only requirements of our program, but also help with end-of-year evaluations in curriculum and instruction. We've had PSSA testing, AP testing, Keystone testing, end-of-year benchmark, and middle school and high school final exams. So very busy period for academics. For AP courses, it is important to note that the School District Springfield Township continues to include costs of these tests in our budget. This cost is approximately $40,000 a year and is not passed on to students and families. So it's definitely something we should be proud of. Upcoming meetings will include K-5 course overviews, and this will be in the May Academic Affairs meeting. The K-12 physical education review will be shared in either May or August 2025 meeting. The meeting wrapped up and the future meeting date was rescheduled, and it's now being held on the 27th of May 2025 at 4 p.m. over Zoom. That wraps up the report.
Always a lot happening in academic affairs. Any comments or questions from the board? All right. Thank you, Dr. Averill. We'll move to policy committee report, and we will have an update from Ms. Hubley.
Thank you. The policy committee met virtually on April 28th at 5 p.m. In attendance were Dr. Lutz, Dr. Johnston, Dr. Yannicone, Dr. Aberly, Mr. Jordan, myself, and Bryn McGay. Dr. Johnson presented a summary of the reasons for review of Policy 201, admissions of students, and a recommendation for a minor change, which will require a single reading tonight. Dr. Yannicone presented a summary of the reasons for the adoption of the PSBA's new Policy 234, pregnant, parenting married students, requiring 2 readings tonight and on the 19th. Dr. Yannicone also raised a matter for discussion with the committee of the possibility of sustainability goals as a resolution for the full board's consideration. Student representatives from the Township Sustainability Committee had presented the proposal of language similar to that adopted in Radnor Township School District. The committee requested that Dr. Yannicone draft language for consideration at a late summer meeting of the policy committee. The committee also requested that language include a consideration of the financial position of the district and the existing infrastructures to support our goals. Dr. Yannicone also presented AR 907 to the committee for the review and discussion to clarify language on procedures to manage a safe and humane transfer of custody to law enforcement if warranted. The draft AR will be put into effect following the discussion of the committee members. One of the things brought up by the committee members was a request to follow up with our attorneys on documentation and recording of interviews with students on school grounds by law enforcement. Dr. Yannicone said that she would consult with the attorneys and revise their language as appropriate. At the end of our meeting, Dr. Yannicone thanked Student Representative Bryn McGay for her service, as this was her last meeting with the school district. And that was the end of our meeting.
Excellent. Thank you for that update. Any comments or questions from the board? Very good. We will hear from Mr. Neil DeFranco on our property committee report.
Thank you. The property committee met Tuesday, April 29th at 8 a.m. via Zoom. Board members in attendance were Dr. Taratusky, Ms. Bell, Mr. Needleman, and myself. From the administration, we had Dr. Yannicone, Ms. Green, Mr. Watley, and Mr. Coleman. And our student advisory rep was Owen Steen, and then presenting from CHA Solutions, Mr. Taylor and Mr. Case. We started off with a presentation provided by Mr. Taylor from CHA. This was an update on summer projects. This includes the Erdenheim Ramp project. This is a wrap up from last year. The middle school fields project, phase 2. At the time of the meeting, the district was awaiting sod installation. And I think we all saw driving in here that the sod has been installed. It looks amazing compared to what it did before. High jump surfacing was also still in the works due to issues with the color. This should be completed soon. High school roof replacement phase 3. This is the final phase for the high school roof replacement and includes the roof over the natatorium. This project will begin in the 3rd week of June. Completion is anticipated by August 29th. Next up, Mr. Case from CHA provided an update on the middle school renovation and additions project. Work is progressing well on the stage conversion to a fitness and health center. Site demolition is complete for the auditorium addition. Stormwater relocation and soils exchange are underway. As many have likely noticed, demolition of the bus canopy is complete. And the project was reported to be on schedule and on budget at that point. Next, Mr. Watley provided an operations update, including that a new mural was hung at the Enfield Library. The Gaga Pit was rebuilt at Erdenheim. The high school auditorium received a fresh coat of paint, and the cleaning contractor CSG had some changes in managers. All HVAC filters have been replaced. Banners have been going back up around campus, and the campus received a fresh mulching. Finally, we discussed the 5-year capital plan. In preparation for the plan, a condition survey of all district buildings was performed. The list of facility needs was compiled with input provided by district maintenance department and administration staff. Items of work and costs are noted in the report to address existing conditions. Implementation of this capital improvement project will extend the useful life of the buildings. In preparation for this plan, I'm sorry, I've got a typo there. Recommendations in the plan are assigned priority indexing to represent a degree of need. And then future meetings, we have one scheduled currently for June 10th at 8 a.m. And for more information and to see the detailed discussions, please consider reviewing the video recording of the committee meeting. Thank you.
Any comments or questions on property committee report? I have one comment. With as few buildings as we have in the district, we are very busy. I cannot imagine if we were a larger school district. The team's doing incredible work, so thank you for the update.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll move on to our administrative reports. I will turn it over to our superintendent, Dr. Mary Jo Yannicone.
Thank you, Mr. Bedard, and thank you to everyone for your committee reports. We know we've had quite a few committees in recent weeks, and we appreciate your participation and leadership. I want to just begin by echoing what Mr. Bedard said at the top of the meeting, that this is Staff Appreciation Week. We're really excited to be able to celebrate all of our staff members. I think it's something unique in Springfield Township that we take all of the appreciation days that occur throughout the year and we bring them all together and celebrate the entire staff this week. And we began, and each of you have a gift for yourself. Each of our board members have a gift there for yourself. These are the gift bags that were given to each of the staff members across the district. It's a little lined lunch bag with our Super Spartan logo to remind everyone that they are Super Spartans. And we also celebrated that in my newsletter yesterday. So I want to thank everyone in the district for all of the great work that you do. Also want to thank our home and school associations because they are sponsoring lunches in every one of our departments and buildings this week. It's quite a financial commitment from our home and schools, and we really do appreciate it. And I know the staff really appreciates it. I was at Enfield today, and they were thrilled to be able to celebrate with some treats at lunch on behalf of the home and school. So thank you very much to them. Also wanted to share that yesterday I sent out my spring newsletter. As of today, it's had 1,330 readers with an average of 7 minutes of reading. I always pay attention to how much reading they're actually doing to see if what's gathering the attention. And our top 3 hits in the first 24 hours, the Unified Sports 6 ABC story was the top button click with 26 clicks. So we're thrilled with that. The overall top click is the 25-26 calendar. No surprise there, with 103 clicks. And the second click, I'm thrilled to say, is the HR site, where people are looking to see what jobs are available in Springfield Township this year. So I know Ms. Kerr is thrilled about that. So is Dr. Johnston, since they lead many of the searches. Also want to invite everyone to take a look at our schedule for the Festival of the Arts this month. Tomorrow night, we'll be kicking off with Enfield's Festival of the Arts from 4 to 6. I love that timing, thrilled with Enfield's late afternoon, early evening event. And it's always a really, really fun night because the students are always excited to share their artwork with us, and the halls are completely covered with the work of the students from the entire year. So tomorrow night, we'll kick off with the Enfield Festival of the Arts, which is themed A Walk in the Woods, which is very nice. And then we'll start our concert series next week with the Erdenheim concerts Monday and Tuesday and the high school concert on Thursday. And then sandwiched in there Wednesday night is the high school Festival of the Arts. So we have a lot coming in the next few weeks. We're really excited for this celebration of our district's commitment to art and music. And then finally, I want to share that tomorrow, May 7th, is Youth Mental Health Awareness Day. This is a very important day. We encourage all staff members and community members to wear green to help bring awareness to the importance of taking care of the mental health of our youth and each of our mental health, I think, at this time of year. And so wear green tomorrow, and thank you to our community for all of your support of the many support services that we provide to make sure our students are getting great support. Under the agenda, I want to share under human resources, in addition to the personnel agenda, we have a memorandum of agreement with the STEA on conference days for next year. We've actually agreed that we can work through 5 total half days over the course of the year rather than 6, which is a wonderful agreement that we've come to increase instructional time for our students. And so you'll see that memorandum of agreement. And we want to thank STEA for working through that with us. In addition, there are 2 items under finance. First of all, there's a Chartwell's motion on the administration and management fees for next year. You'll see they reflect a 2.9% increase on the administration of our food service. It's a total of $599. And for management, $1,139. So a nominal increase given the cost of food today. We're very appreciative for our continued work with Chartwell's. And then in addition, you'll see we are increasing lunch prices slightly next year. We have not had a lunch price increase in many years, but given the cost of food and the cost of service, Ms. Green and I did an analysis across the county, and we were actually, if not the lowest, we were one of the lowest in lunch prices across the region. And so you'll see that these are breakfast prices and lunch prices. We've only increased the lunch prices by a quarter in order to just give a little bit more assistance to us in making our monthly payments as part of that contract. Now, this is all to be approved this evening in the event that universal free breakfast is not approved at the federal level. And so this would cover us on what will our breakfast cost be if universal free breakfast does not continue. In addition to that, if there's any adjustment with regard to lunch costs at the federal level, this will also assist us there. So you'll see those 2 items under finance. Under policy, I think Ms. Hubley did a great job of summarizing where we are in policy. And then I just want to highlight 2 changes under meeting locations at the end of the agenda. Just a reminder that our next meeting is on a Monday evening, May 19th, because May 20th is a primary day. And so we'll be having an in-service in the district. Students will be off, and we want to make sure that everybody knows that board meeting is a Monday night. And then in addition to that, June 3rd and beyond, until we complete the middle school project, our board meetings will be moving from the Audion, where we are tonight, to the high school library. And the access to that will be parking in front of the high school, entrance through the main entrance of the high school. We have accessibility there with an elevator as needed, and we'll be meeting in the library for the foreseeable future. And that concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you. Any comments or questions from the board? Okay, thank you. Very comprehensive and great reminder on the location, which I will reiterate again at the end of the meeting. They get that right. All right, we'll move into public comment on agenda items. Dr. Needleman.
Thank you, Mr. Bedard. At this time, we'll take public comment on agenda items. I do not see that anyone who's joining us in person has signed up to speak. So I'll look to see if anyone joining us online wishes to speak. While we're waiting for digital hands at least to be raised, let me remind everybody, we do have a 3-minute time limit. And if you do want to speak, I'll just ask that you identify yourself and where you live in the township. And I don't see that any digital hands are raised. So why don't we close this out and move on?
Thank you, Mr. Needleman. Our first set of motions will come under Human Resources. First, personnel, the recommended action here. The Board of School Directors approves the following personnel as presented in the attachment. Certificated personnel, support personnel, temporary personnel, 2025 extended school year personnel, extra pay for extra responsibilities for 2024 and 2025, and conference workshop attendance. Is there a motion? Thank you. In a second. Any comments or questions on personnel? Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. And any abstentions? Personnel file will pass. Next, our STEA Memorandum of Agreement. Recommended motion here. Board of School Directors approves the Memorandum of Agreement between the school district and School District of Springfield Township and the Springfield Township Education Association regarding parent-teacher conference days. Is there a motion? Thank you. In a second. Any comments or questions on the memorandum? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. And any abstentions? That will pass. Under Academic Affairs, we have one recommended action for KidView Inc. Days Off Program. The Board of School Directors approves the KidView Inc. Days Off proposal for the 2025-2026 school year as per the attachment. Is there a motion? Thank you. In a second. Good. Any comments or questions? Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. And any abstentions? That will pass. Under Finance, the first item is Compass Group Inc. or Chartwell's renewal. The recommended action, the Board of School Directors approves the food service management renewal contract with Compass Group USA Incorporated, Chartwell's, at flat administrative and management fees of $21,279 and $40,431 respectively for the 2025-2026 school year, and authorizes the business administrator to electronically sign and submit the required Pennsylvania Department of Education documentation. Is there a motion? Thank you. In a second. Any comments or questions? Just one comment. Congrats on a strong renewal with the contract. That's great pricing for year over year. All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. And any abstentions? All right, the Chartwell's renewal will go through. Next, recommended action related to the breakfast and lunch prices for 2025-2026. The Board of School Directors approves the breakfast and lunch prices for the 2025-2026 school year as follows. Elementary breakfast, $1.50. Elementary lunch, $3. Secondary breakfast, $1.50. Secondary lunch, $3.25. Adult breakfast, $3. Adult lunch, $4.75. Is there a motion? Thank you. In a second. Sorry. Great. Any comments or questions on breakfast and lunch prices?
I have a question. I think you explained before, but I can't remember what an adult is. Is that a teacher, like a parent? Because that's not any of the like high school kids, right?
That's correct. If you're a student, that would be the secondary breakfast and lunch prices. But any adults, whether they're visitors or members of our staff who want to purchase a meal, pay the adult price. Sure.
Great clarification. All right, any other comments or questions? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. And any abstentions? All right, prices will pass. We have a couple of items under policy. First, revised policy 201, the recommended action from the policy committee. The Board of School Directors approves revised policy 201, admission of students. Is there a motion? Thank you. In a second. Any comments or questions on policy 201? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. And any abstentions? That will pass. Second, adoption of policy 234. The recommended action here. The Board of School Directors approves the first reading of PSBA's new policy 234, pregnant, parenting, married students as recommended. Is there a motion? Thank you. In a second. Any comments or questions? I just wanted to define an acronym that was the Pennsylvania School Board Association's policy recommendation. I want to make sure that was clear. I was reading too fast to get those words out. All right. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Any abstentions? All right, that concludes policy. And with no items under property, we can move to public comment on non-agenda items. I'll turn it over to Mr. Needleman.
All right, thank you, Mr. Bedard. Similarly to agenda items, nobody joining us in person has signed up to speak on a non-agenda item. So I'll look to see if anyone joining us online wishes to make a comment. And I'll ask if anyone joining us online does wish to make a comment, please just raise the digital hand. While we're giving that a minute to see if any digital hands are raised, I'll just repeat what I said before, that if you do want to make a comment, I'll just ask that you identify yourself, where you live in the district, and we do have a 3-minute time limit on comments, and I don't see that any hands are raised.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Mr. Needleman. Just a few announcements about future meeting dates. We do have some board meetings coming up. Reminder, special date, Monday, May 19th, 2025 at 7 p.m. will be our regular board meeting. Reminder that this is Monday. Our meetings typically take place on Tuesdays, but that is a primary election day. So it will again be Monday, May 19th. We have our interim board meeting coming up on Tuesday, June 3rd, 2025. That's at 7 p.m. And our next regular board meeting will be Tuesday, June 17th, 2025 at 7 p.m. Important reminder that these meetings in June will take place at the high school library. All meetings will continue to be hybrid, but we would love to see all members of the community and engaged citizens of Springfield Township to attend any meetings. And so we will continue to have those as hybrid options. All right, with that, we have more committee meeting updates. On May 6th. No, that's tonight. We do not have any other meetings tonight. Under academic affairs, we have a meeting coming up on Tuesday, May 27th, 2025. This is 4 p.m. It will be a fully virtual meeting. And property committee will again get together on June 10th at 8 a.m., also virtual. All details for these meetings can be found on the district website. Want to open it up for any comments, questions as we close the meeting from board members?
One question. I assume there'll be a note on the audience doors redirecting everybody.
Yes, absolutely. Thanks for the reminder.
Everybody.
I promise to remind you that day.
Yeah, that's a great suggestion. And if possible, a directional
Yes.
as well on
Yes.
how to get to the library. That would be
We will do it.
really helpful.
Okay.
All right, Dr. Yannicone, I'll leave the last word to you.
Oh, thank you very much. Well, again, happy Staff Appreciation Week. We look forward to seeing everyone on the 19th when we're going to be celebrating our secondary music programs.
Always one of the favorite meetings of the year.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. All right.
All right, thanks, everyone. Have a good evening.